Welcome back and prepare to be bedazzled because today I'm going to be shedding light on why earning a degree will not help most people who work real private sector employee jobs based on voluntary demand to receive a wage from a real private sector employer that is higher than the minimum wage. So why does this happen to be the case, you may ask? Without further ado, without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. Lamentably, much to my dismay, much to my consternation, much to my chagrin, much to my grief, much to my agony, much to my agitation, and much to my irritation, most real private sector employee jobs based on voluntary demand are often deemed to be dead-end, highly time-depleting, debilitating, minimum wage, dispiriting, unfulfilling, undesirable, harrowing, distressful, brutally wretched, ineffably agonizing jobs that not only dispossess an employee out of almost over sacrosanct time, but that also do not furnish him with anything close to even one-fourth of a subsistence wage for affording housing. Furthermore, most real private sector employers are keen on not offering any benefits nor pensions to their real private sector employees. Moreover, most real private sector employers are keen on minimizing their labor costs at all costs. Almost all the profits that companies generate are reserved for its executives, its external directors, and its shareholders. So if you're not a part of one of those aforementioned niche cohorts, then expect to receive a minimum wage from a real private sector employer for working employee shifts. You can receive a higher wage than the minimum wage if your degree is deemed to be a mandatory, legal, compulsory requirement for a specific employee job. In most cases, a degree is not deemed to be a mandatory, legal, compulsory requirement for most real private sector employee jobs based on voluntary demand. Most real private sector employers are recalcitrant about paying their real private sector employees a wage that is above the minimum wage threshold. They are adamant about minimizing their labor costs. It is easier to furnish compensation of over $165 million per year to the chief executive officer of the company if the employees receive a minimum wage as their emolument than it otherwise would be for them to do so, and they pay their employees a subsistence wage. So if you want to receive a wage that surpasses the minimum wage threshold from a real private sector employer, then strive to become an executive at a company, or alternatively, be pursuant of a real private sector employee job based on voluntary demand in which a degree is deemed to be a mandatory, legal, compulsory requirement to have for being pursuant of a specific job. To recapitulate, most real private sector employee jobs based on voluntary demand do not require you to have a degree to be pursuant of them, and most real private sector employers are recalcitrant about paying a wage above the minimum wage threshold since they want to minimize their labor costs at all costs. Thanks for watching. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.